No. Gonna have to cut out the first 6 seconds. It's almost Thanksgiving.
Don't you know anybody else?
I know, right? Okay. Among the artistic community, many people would not consider graffiti to be a form of art. Most people associate graffiti with vandalism, hoodlums, the fact that it's illegal. Just graffiti is really painted in a negative light in today's society. Most graffiti artists, though, like to put their graffiti in places where it will get a message out. So that's why you see a lot of graffiti on billboards or on the side of buildings, public property, just a place where a lot of people are going to walk by and see the message and just digest what the artist is trying to say and just really take their message to heart. So graffiti is so widespread among the youth community today, all over the world pretty much is where anywhere you can see graffiti. So you would never think that one person would be able to outshine the rest or just show a real talent in the graffiti arts field that would make him, famous. But there is one person who has stood out amongst the rest, and that person is Banksy. So he, quote unquote, the main reason as to why Banksy has such a claim to fame is because no one actually knows the true identity of who Banksy is. He's an anonymous artist that goes around and puts all of his pieces up, signs them. A lot of times he'll take pictures of them and put them on the Banksy official website, and so that officiates the fact that it is a Banksy original. And so the fact that he's very anonymous and is kind of almost like a vigilante going in through the night and painting these very political, thought-provoking pieces, this has made a lot of people really interested in his works, and the fact that he's traveled all over the world, from America to England and even in Israel, his works can be seen. A really famous one that he did was called Stop and Search, and he just does a lot of images that you normally wouldn't see and just are really thought-provoking. Like Stop and Search, which is a soldier dressed in his soldier uniform against the wall being frisked by a young girl. So this is just, kind of like an opposite image that you would normally think, and just really, provokes thought. So Banksy takes a lot of political issues from our time today and social issues, concepts, and things like that, and puts them into his work and puts them in places where a lot of people are going to see them, and it's really going to, just not just on the wall is his art piece. It goes beyond that, onto the internet, the commenters, the people sharing his works, the people going and defacing them afterwards. All those things play into his entire art piece, and so that's just really what sets him out from the rest and really brings his level of fame. Really, the main thing that made him famous in the United States was in 2013, he did a artist residency, is what he called it, in New York City, and basically took over New York for an entire month. The entire month of October, every single day, he would put up a new piece, and he wouldn't say where it was. All he would do was take a picture of it, post it on his website, and thousands of followers would go onto the website and take the small minor clues that he would say about the pieces and just scour New York trying to find these things, and it caused traffic jams and all these things. You didn't live in New York during October 2013 and not know who Banksy was or about his works. And people actually would, if he did it on one of your walls of your property, they would cut out the wall, just completely tear down their establishment and cut out the wall, because that wall, the second that he painted it, immediately became worth $500,000, $250,000. People will take his works and put them in art galleries and sell them, and it's not stealing because Banksy never claims these works, because it's anonymous and no one truly knows who Banksy is, or if it's an entire organization of people, one person, a woman. It's all very unknown and very mysterious. So Banksy is not behind any of these sellings of his art. So a lot of graffiti artists say that he's sold out and that he's, just not legitimate, and he's making all this money, and it's not what graffiti is all about, and really he has no part in any of these sales. So he really just takes all of that, and that too is also part of his work, and just shows how the economy works and how greedy people are, and they can just take something and turn it into nothing. A lot of things he does like that, just really what is important to us. And he did one piece during that month where he set up an entire newsstand and had an old man sell his pieces for $60 a piece. And the only profit that went to that was $420 out of the whole day. That's how much they made. And 4 people bought the paintings. And the next day, once he posted on his website that those were all of his paintings, all of those paintings immediately became worth $250,000. So it's just completely insane. And he has a huge cult following and is just definitely the most influential artist of my time. Artists like him, painters, they're not really famous. The romantic type things, poets, painters, all those, they're not seen as super artistic in today's world, and they're definitely not as valued as they used to be. So Banksy is definitely a dying art form, which is why I chose to honor him today. Thank you.